This is Tommy Watt for TTT Boxing and IFL TV. I'm here joined by Paul Showtime Fleming, fresh off the back of his latest win here on the Jeff Horn, Gary Corcoran undercard. First of all, well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
How you feeling?
Yeah, good. Good to get out there and get some rounds. Very tough opponent, as you can see, as you've seen.
Yeah.
He took some shots, and he didn't want to stop. That's a tough boy. He wanted to keep going with one eye. So he's a very tough boy, and we knew that coming into this fight that he was going to be tough. And once I made some adjustments mid-fight, and it seemed to. What I was doing at the start of the fight, it was working, but not as effective as we wanted. So we made some adjustments mid-fight, and we got the result. So.
Yeah, very impressive, and nice to get a bit longer in the ring than last time round. We obviously haven't caught up with you since what was one of the most vicious. We've missed each other a few times, but so what was one of the most vicious KOs we've seen this year, and so. Caught him tonight with some similar counter shots there, and he rode them pretty well.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit harder because he's a little bit more unpredictable. So it was a little bit harder to change them levels as I did on the Tanzanian guy. I was changing levels really well, and this guy was a little bit more compact. So it was harder for me to change them levels and come back up. And he was a bit more compact with his guard too. Yeah. So we just had to start throwing that left hand straight instead of coming around like I did in the last fight.
Yeah.
I changed my levels and I come around with a left hook. So, the left hook wasn't working as effective. So we started throwing down the middle mid-fight. And once I heard him at the end of the sixth, I knew that minute wasn't, because I seen in his eyes he was pretty hurt. So I knew that minute wasn't enough for him to recover. So I just jumped on him and started hitting hard straight off the bat in round 7, and got him out of there. So.
Yeah, so and obviously showcased some of your dance moves on the way into the ring and after the victory.
You got to represent, brother. You got to represent.
Appreciated it very much so. So you're obviously happy with the win. Another win under your belt for the end of the year. We go into next year. So you're obviously just impressed on what was a televised card on Fox. So plenty of people would have seen that. What's the plan for yourself?
Mate, we're just keeping rolling over. We had a little bit of a lagging year this year. At the start, we had a few fights that we had booked in, and they fell through. So that was a bit disheartening. I had 3 in a row fall through, not by any fault of mine or my team's, just how they fell. Just how the
cookie crumbles in boxing sometimes.
It's not like rugby league or soccer where you got scheduled matches every week. It's sometimes these things happen, and unfortunately, it happened 3 times in a row. And Billy Hussein, my trainer, did a promotion, so I was thankful enough to be put on that card.
Yep.
He put that show on, and I headlined that show, and big difference from Little Emporium in Bankstown to here and that.
Yes.
But you get the same result. I fight whether I'm fighting in the phone booth down the road, or fighting here and at a venue like this, or fighting at Bankstown. I'm going to go out there and do my job regardless. So
to ring at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's it, man. And it's another fight, and it's another step closer, and we just got to stay active now. I'm hopefully backing up again in February, so that'll be good, and just stay relevant, keep winning, keep in the top ranks mind, and keep another winner, another knockout, and then I'll become more relevant.
So you're still with Top Rank?
Still with Top Rank. We're just waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah.
And when we get that opportunity, we'll grab it with both hands and run with it. So I'm at the stage now where I'm just waiting for all the puzzle pieces to fall into place.
Waiting for that call.
Yeah, I'm at a tough one now with Loma, and seeing what he's going to do, and seeing who's moving up, who's moving down, when the title becomes vacant, this and that. And hopefully I can either fight for a eliminator or fight for a vacant title when and if. Well, the word is Loma's going to move up, so that's what we're hoping to do, because Top Rank wants to keep that WBO title.
Yeah.
I'm a top ranked fighter. I'm a super featherweight, so it makes sense. And they've put the money into me, so they want to get something out.
Yeah.
If they throw me in the deep end against someone, I'm ready to swim.
Absolutely, and say the big dog Bob Arum is ringside tonight, so he would have seen that victory. So hopefully that brings us just that little bit closer.
Yeah, he was over in Hong Kong when I fought it then last year too, and he was happy with that. And to come here and see me stop another guy, it keeps me relevant to him, And obviously the whole Top Rank team seen that knockout in my last fight, and if that doesn't get Australian knockout of the year, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, as would I.
Has the Rafa had a really good one this year?
Yeah, there has been a few.
But I think mine would have to be better because it was crisper and sharper, and it was earlier. It wasn't in the 6th, 7th round. It was like fresh, sharp.
It was a beautiful punch.
It was a good shot. That's the first time I've knocked someone out like that. But it was just time and in and out, and changed that level and caught him and that. This guy was harder because he was more compact. Like Tanzanian was a little bit longer and upright, so it was easy. He didn't see that punch coming, but this guy was like a little compact and coming in. These guys are dangerous, man. They come in and they throw shots over the top, and you know, I've been dropped a couple of times with right hands because I've been a little bit lazy with my left hand, so I've made sure I was up here and that. And Bill said you about mid-fight, he goes, you're sitting a bit too much and catching a little bit much. We want to catch him coming in and catch him reaching. So I changed up a little bit and I was a little bit more on the back foot instead of catching like that. I was catching everything, you know what I mean? Nothing really hit me clean. Nothing really does ever hit me clean because of my style being a southpaw and that. So you know, and the way I ride shots and the way I'm half in, half out. So I never really get hit clean. So I'll go home pretty to my kids, so I'm happy with that.
Fingers crossed. And I know, so one of your kids is unwell at the moment. How's things on that side of things? Is it hard to have a fight when you've got that going on in the background?
I mean, it's always in the back of your head. You know what I mean? It's we don't know the full extent of what's wrong at the moment. We got to do some more investigating. As soon as I get home Thursday morning, and we're taking him in for a few more tests and stuff like that. See, it's the second time I've had a sick kid. Like my middle boy got a blood infection when he was about 6 weeks old, and he was on a drip for 2 weeks, and he had a temperature of 43 for 3 days, and he nearly died. And now he's a little animal. Well,
Fleming's a Warriors, obviously.
That's it. And then my little fella now, they found some lumps in his lymph nodes and stuff like that. So it's the doctors have said, like the doctor said, look, it's not normal, but we're not going to say there's obviously it could be something sinister, so we're just going to check it out. But you know, it's all things are pointing towards it not being.
Well, fingers crossed.
Man, you just got to keep on top of these. I'm telling you, being a father, being a parent is the most rewarding job in the world, but it's the hardest job in the world. It is a tough slog being a parent. You know, especially me and my partner live down in Sydney by ourselves, no family. We never get a day off, and she holds down the fort, man. She's a great mother, and you know, she's got 3 kids and pregnant at the moment down there looking after them. They don't make...
Quite a factory
women
going down there, mate.
Women are a different breed, I tell you. Women are a different breed. Men can't do what women can do, that's for damn sure. I take my hat off to women. So I'm lucky I've got a loving and supporting wife and a lovely mother to my kids. I couldn't ask for a better mother for my kids. So I'm very lucky. It gives me a little bit more freedom to do what I have to do and that. And you know, hopefully it all pays off in the end.
Yeah.
So.
And are the little ones old enough to sort of understand what you do for a job? Were they seeing that tonight, do you think?
Yeah, they've watched a few of my fight, like a few of the recordings. I don't like taking them to the fights just a bit now, especially my little fella. He's crazy. He'll probably jump up in the ring and want to fight as well. So, and he's only 2. He's wild. So, I just want to let them get a little bit older so they know that, you know, it's a bit violent, you know what I mean? Yeah. I want to wait until they get a little bit older and that. But my daughter does martial arts now, and she's killing it. Like, she's like the best. She went in the WKA World Championship, but it was World Championships.
Like junior world.
Yeah. She went in that after 4 weeks of doing it, and she won like a wrestling. She got silver in the wrestling thing against boys. She was the only girl, so she's like.
Obviously, it's in the blood, mate.
She's really good. And my middle son's a good dancer. He's like loves Aboriginal dance and that. For Christmas, he guess what he asked me for? Did you do? What did you do for Christmas?
Nice.
It's good. And my little fella's just the one that might be sick. He's just an animal. He just wants to watch the whole world burn. So it's crazy. So no, it's a and we're bringing another baby into the world in July. So I'm building an army.
Yeah, the Fleming clan grows and grows.
I'm building an army. So no, it's something me and my partner never really had a real close family unit when we were growing up. So we made it.
Made your own.
We made it a decision. We made a decision together that we wanted to have a decent sized family, and we wanted to all be close. So I wanted kids to have brothers and sisters
Yeah.
to love and best friends, because no one loves you like your family does. You know what I mean? Friends come and go, but your family's forever. You know, and my kids are the only ones that really care. You know what I mean? If I see you and I go, oh, how was your day? Half the time I don't really care how your day is. I'm just waiting for me to go, oh yeah, I had a shit day. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Like it's just general chit chat. But my kids, when I get home from work or get home from training, they sit and they look at me in the eye and go, Dad, what did you do today? How was your day? What do you? And all they want is your attention. You know what I mean? Half the time, grown-ups don't really adults don't. They don't really care. They just ask.
Just waiting for their turn to talk.
Yeah, exactly. My kids love speaking to me, and as you can hear by me talking, I love my kids. You know, half this conversation's been about my kids and not about boxing. But there's three things that are really important in my life: is my family, my culture, and my boxing.
Well, that's a good segue to what I wanted to ask you next. So going back to your culture, I know you're so fiercely proud, Indigenous Australian, and just loving the artwork on the clothes, and particularly your boots tonight were looking very nice.
Yeah, look, I got an artist, Shane Cook, who done the designs for my trunks and my shirts from over South Australia, and Emma from Brisbane did my boots and that, and every fight now I'm going to get a different one. I think it's empowering, you know what I mean? If young Indigenous people see someone on TV or someone posting about a proud, because for so many years we weren't allowed to celebrate our culture, we weren't allowed to be proud, we weren't allowed to speak our languages, we weren't allowed to dance. And it's become over the last 5 or 6 or 7 years that culture's really surged.
Yeah.
Like we're really empowering ourselves now. And
do you think that's down to sports people, particularly like yourself, in AFL, in boxing in particular?
AFL, you got all these Indigenous rounds, rugby league, you got Indigenous rounds. The rugby union, they won against the All Blacks. First time they've won in 16 games or something. What they were wearing Australian Indigenous jumpers. You know what I mean? And it's empowering to see, you know, Aboriginal people, young Aboriginal people, seeing someone so proud and to represent the culture in a positive way, because a lot of the time you hear negative things about Aboriginal people, negative things about, you know, this, that, you know what I mean? To see an empowered Aboriginal to stand up and say, I'm proud of my culture, I'm proud of my people, and I'm a proud Aboriginal person. It empowers, and that's what I'm all about, you know, empowering, helping, help the healing, help us come together as one, as a country, you know what I mean? And hopefully not only Indigenous people, but white Australians and any other Australian people, anyone here and anyone over the world can see that, you know, I'm a proud Australian, and they can look at that with pride, saying, wow, that's great to see a guy representing his culture and that. So that's the man. It's baby steps. You know, I do what I can do, and I've been given a platform to be able to speak. You know, I speak to Aboriginal people. I go into youth detention centres and do a lot of talking, and you know, I've got a lot of Indigenous people that reach out to me on social media and stuff, and I do what I can. You know, I'm not Mother Teresa, or I'm not trying to say that I'm some saint, but I just do what I can do, man. And you know, if I can help one person or make a kid sit back and go, wow, that's awesome, that's great, and then I've done something. You know what I mean? So,
well, a career in activism awaits when you hang up the gloves, mate.
Yeah, maybe. So
Mundine always fancied himself a bit of politician, but I think you probably got a bit more chat about you.
Yeah, Chock's been great for Aboriginal people. You know what I mean? He's been very outspoken.
Like a spearhead,
you know
in many ways, I guess.
Yeah, he's been very outspoken. He can be taken one of two ways sometimes. Sometimes he says the things that people don't want to hear, but sometimes have to hear. You know what I mean? And he can be taken as a villain for that. But sometimes people need to say the things that other people don't want to say. So I respect Chock. I think I know Chock. He's a lovely man. He's always shown me the utmost respect. And look, you can't knock him on his career. Yeah. I mean, no one has done what he's done. Gone from a completely different sport. Gone from a team sport to an individual sport. Gone from football to boxing, a one-off sport, and achieve what he achieved. I
think both his careers on their own look good, but when you put them together,
you can't knock him. You can't. He's in the top 15 highest paid boxers of all time.
I think he's the only fighter to have every single fight on pay-per-view. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, that's an achievement. And when you look at the guys that are in there, in that top 20, in that, and he's in there. And I bet you half them guys, because he wasn't really big outside of Australia, half them guys would be looking at that like, who is that? So, and that's a great achievement. Good on him, man.
Yeah.
I wish him all the best. And he's got a fight.
Yeah, I was about to say, fights in January 17th against Tommy Brown. It's been a while since he's fought. Do you think he's still got a couple of fights left in the tank?
Man,
I think he beat Danny Green, to be perfectly honest. I think most people probably did that watched that
I thought he did. I thought he beat Danny Green. I mean, it was close. I thought he beat Danny Green. I thought that punch, to be honest, I think the ref was at fault. You know, the first round.
The first round, yeah.
The ref was at fault there, and then at the end of the day, I reckon that could have been. You could have stopped that fight there because you couldn't. That was longer than an 8 count. That fight could have been stopped there.
Yeah.
Like, that ref was at fault. Like, he was around the other side, and he didn't really yell break clearly. But I don't know, man. I thought he beat Danny Green, and I just wish him the best. You know what I mean? I wish him the best, and I hope he can get it done. And you know, whatever he wants to do in his career from here on in, I wish him the best. You know.
Fingers crossed. And just it's been a very long interview, and do appreciate your time. Just finally, we mentioned it earlier on. Lomachenko and Rigondeaux was this Sunday. It was a fight that everyone in the division was talking about. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts? Did you think it was going to go the way it did? Do you think it was going to be closer? I
thought that, I posted it on my social media, I thought that Loma was going to stop him
late. I did see that, actually. I did see that.
I thought he was going to stop him late, like 8th, 10th. Supposedly someone said he did hurt his hand because there's a photo up of his hand. So, but I don't know if he hurt his left hand, why he didn't throw it. He hurt his left hand in the second round, supposedly, but he didn't throw a jab for another 3 or 4 rounds.
Didn't really throw a punch.
He didn't really throw a punch. I think Loma has that effect on a lot of guys.
Yeah,
a lot
and
of
it's
guys
4 people in a row, right?
Finished on their stool.
And not shit fighters by any stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's beaten the level of guys he has that early in his career. He's the first fighter to be a 2-division champion in that many fights.
He's like 5 or 6 fights. It's crazy.
And now he's going up to lightweight supposedly, and he'll win a lightweight title. I don't know. It did Rigo hurt his hand? I don't know. I just don't think it's up to the fighter to stop the fight. You know what I mean? I just think you go out on your shield.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's what most people say, really.
You let your corner throw the towel in. You let the doctor stop it. You let the ref stop it. I don't know. That's just me personally, but you know.
Because it wasn't like concussed. He hadn't been down. It's
dropped.
Yeah.
I think he got caught a couple of times with some real, pretty clean shots, but he wasn't dropped. He wasn't down, and I don't know. And he was getting a bit of booze after it when he was saying, so he kind of
and it's sad to see someone's legacy like that go like that.
I think Rigo was just chasing the money. It was good money. He stepped up. Credit to him, stepping up 2 divisions.
To fight Lomachenko, yeah.
The fight I'm really looking forward to is Mickey Garcia and Loma.
Yeah.
The things Loma does, no one else can do. But you would never put on a tape of Loma and show a novice and go, I want you to do this, because it's impossible.
Yeah.
What he does is freakish and phenomenal. Whereas Mickey Garcia, he is the blueprint. He is so technically sound, doesn't do a thing wrong, he's just perfection, man. He's just perfection. I think I'd love to see with his pressure and his long punch, and he can crack.
And the power,
crack,
yeah.
And I think that is a mouth-watering fight.
I'll be going to it for sure.
Man,
if you look at his knockout of Zlatan, you can see the power he's got.
I think that would be a great fight. I think that's the best fight out there at the moment.
Yeah, well, if it does happen, we'll have to go over to it.
Oh man, I think that's the best fight for me personally. For me, I think that's the best fight in world boxing at the moment. That's a fight I'm really looking forward to. Hopefully they can make it come off. And 2 promotional companies, 2 different things. It's very hard to make them fights nowadays unless they're big money fights.
Yeah.
With the TV rights and all that mumbo jumbo, you know how that all goes. So hopefully they can come to an agreement. Hopefully they can get something sorted out and make that fight, because that's the fight I think everyone in boxing world
100%.
that knows
Definitely
something
what
about boxing really wants to see. So, but Loma's a freak. I think he's pound for pound number 2.
Yeah.
I think Crawford's
maybe get you on the undercard.
Maybe if when Jeff gets through this and the Crawford and then the Flemo and the card, that'll be alright. Crawford for mine's pound for pound.
Yeah.
At the moment, I just think on just what he's done cleaning out
what
division.
He's achieved, yeah.
He's just cleaning.
He's had a bit longer to prove himself, right?
He's had a bit longer in that. I think Lomachenko's beaten top guys earlier, but I just think that Terence has proved himself just a bit more, and he's cleaned out divisions.
Yeah.
He's cleaned out divisions, and now he's on to his third division, and I think he holds it with them guys in that division too, with the Thurmans and what's the other guy who beat
Danny Garcia, Sean, Errol Spence.
Errol Spence is a freak. I like Errol Spence.
Very big puncher for welterweight.
Yeah, it's random to see a southpaw that fights like that. Usually you see the southpaws are real technical and stuff like that, but he's a southpaw that puts himself in danger and he has a crack. You know what I mean? I like it. He had a gritty win against Cal Brooks. Really showed some balls against Cal Brooks and that. So there's some good fights out there to be made.
Yeah,
really
absolutely. It's exciting times, and Australian boxing as well is just growing and growing.
The super middleweight division's like really good at the moment. You got Jay Mitchell, you got Akaway, you got who else? Lightweight division. Quinlan. You got the lightweight division. You got you got Kai McKenzie and Cambosis is a really good fight.
Who, on that note, tweeted on Sunday to say that he'd fight Lomachenko next.
Who did?
Cambosis.
Yeah, right. Yeah, did he really?
He did, yeah.
Did he really? Okay.
I just thought I'd let that sit there for a second.
I don't like to talk shit about anyone and put anyone down. He's on his own journey, and he's chosen his path. He wants to be outspoken and stuff like that. And man, I use people as motivation. I don't like to drag down people. I don't like to talk shit about people. I wish him all the best. He's just motivation for me to do what I have to do. You know what I mean? I wish him all the best, and he's obviously chosen to be the villain. You know what I mean? I think it's a role he's playing. And good luck to him.
It's similar to what we saw from Undine, right?
Similar to what I just wish he'd come up with his own material sometimes. That's just me personally. I just wish he'd come from the dome. You know what I mean? Come off his own head and say some stuff, not steal stuff from McGregor and all that stuff. Sometimes it's like he tries too hard, to be honest. But hey, if that's his gig, man, good luck to him. I wish him all the best, and I wish his team all the best, and I wish everyone in Australian boxing the best. I'm a real believer on energy, positive and negative energy. If you put out negative energy, you're only going to draw negative energy into you and your family and your life and that. So if you put out positivity, be positive and be happy for people, be happy for Jeff Horn, be happy for everyone else, you're only going to get positive back. In our culture, that's the Aboriginal culture. It's all about energy. It's all about expelling the negative from your life. You know what I mean? And negative people, negative influences, everything. Anything negative from my life, I get out. Any negative thoughts, I put myself in check, and I wish nothing but positive for people. You know what I mean? Because then that brings positive back to me.
Perfect.
That's just the way I try and live my life. Hey, I'm 29 now, so I've had a while to formulate this little plan in my head. So you know what I mean. I've matured over the years, and having kids certainly matures you. And I've got a different mindset set on life now, and that, and that's where I'm at now. So I'm
awesome.
happy.
Well, positive vibes coming your way. Hopefully next year, and we'll see you in some big fights. And me and you will catch up in the new year.
You got to bring your girl out.
In fact, we'll do this on camera. I'm going to come. Let's come. We'll bring her for Australia Day. We'll bring her for Australia Day, right?
We're going to Yarburn?
Yeah.
All right. Sweet.
Done.
Sweet. Awesome.
Done. Right. You can pull me up on it if it doesn't come.
Thank you very much.
Right, we're shaking hands on that.
Awesome.
Thanks for your time, Paul. Much appreciated.
Thank you. You do a great job with all your stuff, man. And it's always a pleasure talking to you, man.
You too, mate. Speak to you soon. Cheers, Paul.